Now, I'm going to talk about these four pages out of a junk journal I'm making. Now, they're not all the same style, all the pages. It's more an experiment because I haven't been long making junk journals. This one here, the technique of grunge. Yeah, if anybody remembers grunge fashion and what was like, it was fashionable to look like your hair was greasy and your clothes black and all, edged in black. I mean, that's, and it's also traditional in junk journals to have a really old look about them if you want to sell them on Etsy or something like that. It really is traditional. So this was really the first time I really had a go at making something look really old. Well, I've dyed papers plenty of times, so but this is the first time I've got the pictures and all together and edged the pictures. Everything's brand new about this. It's not old at all. And the picture of the wee girl there with the shamrocks, it's a printable. I cut it out, St. Patrick's Day printable. And on this particular picture, I used an ink pad I bought in my favourite shop in a place called Newcastle, County Down. It's called Around a Pound. So it was £1 for the ink pad. And I already had some paintbrushes, etc. Well, it was a sponge I used, one that ended in a sponge. That's the best one. And the page is dyed there. I got some red onion skins, and that's what that yellow comes from, the red onion skins. And you could also use ordinary white onion skins as well. And the actual page, it's folded in half to make four pages. It's from an A2 sketch pad that I cut in half. So it makes, well, if you cut it in half, that makes it A3. And if you fold it, it makes it A4. So originally the sketchbook was A2, which is big size. So now I've got tons of paper dyed. Okay, so the edges of the paper I treated with the sponge with the black ink from the ink pad, just an ordinary ink pad, a big ink pad. I mean, earlier on, I bought a wee ink pad which was specifically for junk journaling and that kind of thing. And it's only a wee thing, and it was quite expensive compared with only £1 for the ink pad I bought in Newcastle. It's made in Japan, this little ink pad, and I lost it for a long while, but I found it last night. So I have used, if I open this up here, on these pictures here that I've stuck down here, I used the Japanese ink pad, the expensive ink pad, to do the edges of these two pictures here. So I did actually cut out, in the book I got the pictures out of, these two pictures, French postcards, it's called, something like that, out of Amazon. And so they're French. And yeah, that's it. Oh yes, I cut them out of the actual book, because you see, I wound up with two books exactly the same. And one book I will keep, and if I've finished with the other book, cut everything out of it, I will keep the second book and just take photocopies of it. So I thought there was no harm in cutting them out as the actual book because of another copy of it. So you can see it's all stained, lovely stained. I even like the bit at the top where you can see it was attached to a wire-bound spine. I think it looks nice and ragged. And I'll just show you on the fourth side some French dancers. That's again the same book, French postcards. I did notice, something. They'd had problems printing this French postcard book. There's first couple of pages, there's a line down the page where the print hasn't gone properly. And if I'd noticed it maybe earlier on, I might have sent it back. But most of the pictures are okay. Just a few affected by this line of print that didn't print properly. So there you go. That's a traditional, my go at traditional French video. Oh yes, what was I going to say? Yes. It's probably bigger than a traditional French junk journal. I think most of those journals I see are about what we call in the UK A5 size. So they are. But then the packaging that you get from Amazon for a lot of stuff is A4 size, which is letter size in America. So it's double the size of A5. A5 in the UK is about half of a letter size in America. Okay, folks. Bye-bye now.